Merry Christmas to
Oh,
you.
now you're making a shadow on my face. Really?
Hello, today is Radio Day. Have any of you ever heard Latin American radio, particularly Costa Rican radio, when they broadcast soccer games? If you're not familiar with the language, and even if you are to a small degree, it is basically impossible to understand what they're saying because they speak so fast.
Y una pelota reventada que llega frente al área del equipo sueco.
That's one of the fond memories of radio that I have.
My fondest memory of radio is probably listening to Adventures in Odyssey. I think that my brothers and I listened to Adventures in Odyssey pretty much my whole childhood. And we would listen to it when we were going to bed at night. Some of the episodes listened to so many times that we could quote the whole show. I mean, they had the show on the radio, but then my parents got us the cassette tapes initially, and then eventually CDs. So we have a big collection of the show, and right now we're working on dubbing them into MP3s so that our kids can listen to them. Let's face it, even CDs aren't very practical anymore.
There was another really fond memory that I have. They would say, Radio Periódico Reloj Informa, blah blah blah, and then they'd get the news. The reason why I remember this is because I would be coming home from kindergarten around lunchtime. And so my grandparents would be eating lunch and they would have the news on. So I would hear the news, and then right after the news, I think they would have, since Costa Rica is, especially at that time, was probably like 94% Catholic or something like that, then they would have the Ave Maria after the newscast.
When baby was born and we announced it to people, someone made the comment, her name, which is maybe Tobia, reminds them of Ave Maria, her name, and so shout out to Ruthie if you happen to watch this video. My family used to ride around with my dad some. He used to have a vending business, filling vending machines. He would always be listening to talk radio, and I used to think it was the most boring thing in the world back then. Generally speaking, if there's a good show on at the time, I would rather be listening to that than music probably in the car.
Now maybe is the one that's like,
yeah.
Can we put music on? This is boring.
Actual physical radios.
Only in the car.
Yeah, but even then, you're wanting to connect to the internet and connect to your radio stations on the internet.
Isn't that cool?
So,
like I'm driving around here in the U.S. and listening to radio from Costa Rica. Thank you, internet. We love you.
The end.
The end.
You really think I would put that in there? David!
What? Welcome to this. Wow. And I can just see that on loop over and over and over again. Wow.